Hello, good afternoon everyone. My name is Votey Neang, and today I'll present how emerging enterprise architecture trends are reshaping supply chain management and what the organization should do to capture the benefits. So as for our introduction, what is enterprise architecture? So enterprise architecture, or you can, for shortcut, you can say EA, is the discipline of aligning business strategy, process, data, and technology so organizations can operate coherently and adapt quickly. And in the digital era, EA enables supply chains to be more visible, resilient, and responsive. So today I'll explore the three core trends for EA. The core EA trend. First one is AI predictive analytic and blockchain with IoT and digital twin supported by cloud narrative architecture. And we will analyze their impact, risk, and the recommendation. So for the emerging EA trend currently, for a quick overview, so first, AI and predictive analytics help forecast demand and detect anomalies. Second, blockchain combined with IoT offers tamper evident, proven, and trustworthy event records. Third, the digital twin cloud narrative platform allow virtual simulation of assets and processes. So I will deep dive into each trend in our next slide. So the first one is AI and predictive analytics. So as we all know, AI is used across supply chain for demand and forecasting, dynamic routine, anomaly detection, and predictive maintenance. So from an EA perspective, AI adoption requires robust data pipelines for model deployment and governance for model quality and ethic. So the outcome for better forecast. So the outcome we need for is better forecast accuracy, reduce carrying costs, and quicker response to distribution. So here, as you can see on our slide, so what's the use of AI and predictive analysis is, as you can see here, the use, EA impact, and benefit. So move on to our next trend is the blockchain and IoT. So as you can see here, the use is blockchain and IoT together provide authenticated tamper evident record of event, and for example temperature log if for the like restaurant or for pharmacies. So for like pharmacies or custody handoff for high value goods. And EA implication include designing decentralized data model, permissioning layer, and edge to cloud integration so sensor data fit into ledger reliability. And the main benefit are traceability, fewer dispute, and faster recall. And for the next, the final trend is digital twin, cloud narrative architecture, and digital twin. So as you know, here digital twin create virtual replicas of physical assets or processes like a warehouse or shipping route, enable the simulation and real-time optimization. And cloud narrative architecture provide a scalability and integration point for telemetry, simulation engines, and dashboard. So this enable better capacity. So as you can see, here's the benefit is faster what if analysis, improve resilience, and so also capacity planning, scenario testing, and faster recover from the shocks. And for let's for our next slides. So I have some 3 real world case study, real world company in Australia here. Coal Group, Woolworth Group, BHP Group Limited. So here let's take a look at how Australian organizations are already applying this enterprise architecture trend in the real supply chain environment. So as for our first company, Coal Group is using AI-driven demand forecasting and automated replenishment across its supermarkets through partnerships with Microsoft, Azure, and Witron Logistic Automation. This has significantly reduced stock out and improved inventory accuracy. And for the second company, we have Woolworth. It has built a full digital twin of its supply chain using Microsoft Azure. This allows them to simulate delivery route, warehouse flows, and capacity constraints in real time, enabling rapid decision making during disruption like flood or pandemic surge. And lastly, for our company, we have a BHP Group Limited. So this company apply IoT sensors and digital twin technology across its mining fleet and rail logistics, allowing predictive maintenance and real-time asset visibility, reducing unexpected downtime. So finally, these trends show that EA trends are not theoretical. They are actively transforming Australian supply chain operation today. And here let's have a look at our challenge and risk. While we know this ER trend offer huge advantage, Australian organizations face several adoption challenge. Firstly, it will be legacy system integration remains a major barrier, as retailer like Coles and Woolworths still operate mixed environment with decade-old ERP system that aren't easily compatible with a AI blockchain or IoT platform. And secondly, we have the cybersecurity and data. As it is a growing concern for every company, with Australian data privacy law and critical infrastructure protections tightening, companies must ensure that cloud-based supply chain data, especially when hosted offshore, is fully compliant with the Australian Privacy Act and SOCI legislation. And thirdly, I would say there is a skill shortage, as in Australia currently lack enough AI engineers, data government specialized, and IoT architects to scale this solution internally, enforcing resilience on expensive external vendor. Lastly, it would be the implementation cost and vendor lock-in risk make organization hesitant to scale without strong without a strong standard. Business risk being tied to a single cloud or platform provider, limiting long-term flexibility. And for my recommendation for the business, so to successfully adopt the EA trend in Australia, the organization should start with focus on high ROI pilot aligned to immediate business pain points. For example, using IoT and AI only across one high volume distribution lane rather than fully at the full network. And secondly, they should adopt a modular API first architecture to future-proof against vendor lock-in and allow gradual integration across legacy system. Third is partnering with local university and and CSIRO and technology provider like Microsoft or Telstra can help bridge the skill gap through joint innovation lab and co-development pilot. And finally, companies should prioritize Australian-based cloud regions and embed strong data governments to meet national cybersecurity and privacy regulation. With a phased rollout strategy and cross-functional government, this EA-driven innovation can scale from test case to enterprise-wide capability. And in conclusion, AI, blockchain, IoT, and digital twin technology, when implemented through strong enterprise architecture, are giving Australian organizations greater visibility, agility, and resilience across their supply chain. The key message from me is that the success isn't just about adopting new technology, it is also about integrating them strategically through modular, well-governed, well-organized through governed framework, and starting small with high impact use cases, ensuring compliance with Australian regulation and building strong case-functional collaboration are critical to scaling these innovation. And thank you for listening. Thank you very much.